What is up, YouTube? Mr. Monkey here from MMA Monkey. How are we doing tonight? Fight night just finished up a little bit ago. Kind of went exactly as we were thinking it was going to go. Some people got tricked by those Horiguchi takedowns that it was not going to go how we thought it was going to go. But Manal Cape did exactly what I was expecting. He came in there and he went through a little bit of adversity, got taken down a couple times, but one easy little head kick and a little bit of ground and pound, and the game was over. We do have a special guest here. Rilla would like to say a little something. Rilla, you there?
Thanks for having me on, Mr. Monkey. What's up, all you matching tribal tattoo-having, frat degenerate Nickelback fans? I don't want to toot my own horn, but your favorite gorilla went 3 for 3 on his gorilla presses of the week. Bia Mosquita finished her fight with a submission in round 1. Sterling got his KO in round 2 after fighting through some adversity with Kutalaba's submission attempts. And Manel got his revenge KO on Horiguchi with a head kick into some ground and pound. This confirming I'm the greatest prediction gorilla in the game. So I need to see some of you guys dropping, I get my picks from a gorilla in the comments. Do y'all was an early gorilla press for this coming week's fight night in Baku? No way. I'll drop it in a day or two. But Shara Bullet will be on there. See y'all in a couple days. Like, subscribe, and comment that you get your picks from a gorilla. Rilla out.
Thank you, Rilla, for not tooting your own horn. Clearly, you didn't do that at all. You are the best predicting gorilla out there. If anybody would like to challenge that, feel free. Quick little run through for this card. Shane Collins, absolutely destroyed. It did go all 3 rounds, but the boxing was just off the chain. He pretty much destroyed his opponent from start to finish. It did go all 3 rounds. He did get the unanimous decision, but it was exactly how most of us thought. Shane is a pretty amazing prospect. He's going to continue to do what he does. His boxing is on another level. He's training with the right guys. He has a decent coach. I think he's going to continue to rise. So looking forward to seeing what we see out of this guy coming in the future. Next up, we had Carol Rosas versus Luana Santos. We had picked Santos to take this one. I was hoping she would get a definitive decision. A definitive submission, but she ended up getting a decision. Rosas did her little tappy tap here and there. She tries to be a minute winner, but once she gets on the ground, might as well call it over. She has 0 once on the ground. She did fight it off for a little bit, but once she was on that ground, she was nothing. She was a brick that Luana Santos just laid on top of and controlled for the entire time. So it's good that she got that win. She's another one that's continuing to grow. I think if she moves up into the harder fights, it's not going to be as easy. She's probably not going to be as good, but as of right now, the other people out there, they'll say she's very marketable. She's this, she's that. She's pretty solid with her ground game. Her jiu-jitsu is solid, but I do believe when she gets up there in the competition, she's not going to be as good as she is currently. Next up, we all knew that Leon Shabazian was going to get absolutely destroyed in this one, which he did. He's slow. He's not his brother. He's older. He's long, lanky, and he just stands there and looks really stupid. And Chokali absolutely just pummeled him first round, got him out of there as we expected. I would not be sad at all if neither one of the Shabazians ever fight again. So I'm glad that one's out of the way, and we move on. Bolanos and Atwell Jr. Like everybody else, was kind of tricked into the Aswell Jr. Side, mainly because he didn't get knocked out in his last fight. Like, that was supposed to be surprising. But I don't know why everybody puts so much stock into that. But Bolanos schooled him from start to finish. Didn't really have much of a chance. It was all on point all the way through. But I did get tricked like everybody else. I thought Atwell was going to win, and he most certainly did not. So there's that. Next up, Nascimento versus Raposo. I don't think anybody gave Raposo a chance at all. Surprise. Raposo took it. He's got a pretty solid chin on him. He took what he needed to take, and he continued coming forward. He did exactly what he needed to do, and boom, got that W. So congrats to Raposo. I look forward to watching you lose in your next one. Next we had Bia Mosqueda. We don't even need to talk about the other person. She tried. You went right into Bia's wheelhouse, thought you were going to do something. Bad move. I did think that it was going to get out of the first round, but no. First round submission. Once she grabbed that armbar, it was done. It was beautiful. Great job by the Lady Goat, Bia Mosqueda, getting another first round submission. Next up the card, we had the biggest surprise of the entire card. The biggest favorite looked stagnant in Lima. He didn't even look like he needed to be there. He did have a very brutal, they both kicked at the same time. He ended up getting him right in the nuts. Borjas went down, took his entire 5 minutes, acted as though he was hurt, looked like he was playing possum a little bit. Then ended up coming in, swinging again. He definitely won round one. After the nut shot, scrotum kick, he came out swinging like nothing had even happened. So he just continued to beat on him, and I think he definitely deserved this win. He's been stuck in fights where he was always like a half a level down. As I said in one of my previous videos, he's always fighting competition that's above where he was. This was the same thing. I don't know if Lima looked past him. Lima definitely thought that he was better in all aspects of the game, and he got schooled from start to finish. The cracks that Rojas was throwing out there were just better. Lima had a couple in there, but he just seemed like he was not all there, even with that break in the middle. So it's unfortunate for him. Undefeated streak out the window. So we'll see what's next for him. Probably somebody else in that level. And we'll go from there. I said Rojas. I meant Boris. All right, next up we have Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. This fight was a toss-up. Definitely, I think everybody kind of had it as a toss-up. Just seeing what other people were saying. Half were on Oliveira, half were on Fili. Fili's definitely a veteran, and he is great, and he does all things well for the most part. But Vinicius came out and really wanted to just get things done. Second round, got that KO. when the second round started, it didn't even look like Fili had a chance to do anything. He kind of got smoked in that second round. So Vinicius Oliveira squeaked out another win. I think he probably would have gassed out if he would have got to the third round, but he made sure that did not happen. So there's that. Next up, Magomedov totally outclassed his opponent. The punches were a lot stronger, and the submission was, he was going for one thing and then he ended up just completely twisting dude's body, and the guy tapped. It was a crazy submission. Like, I'm very impressed. This guy, for it being his debut in the UFC, he's definitely putting a name out there. But then again, if your name ends with an OV, chances are there's going to be some solid wrestling. And that's what he did. He got out there, he twisted that man up. I guess the guy didn't like his spine getting ready to snap in half, so he tapped. Solid W for Magomedov. I can't wait to see this dude's next fight. Then we had Christian Rodriguez versus Emil Hayter. I know Emil had been through a handful of things, having stomach issues over his last couple fights, so he did get a couple L's in there. But that was like the big narrative. You know, he's healthy now, he's this, he's that. But Christian Rodriguez, it was time for him to get another W, and he did it, got that submission. I was waiting to see these bombs that Hayter was going to throw. I didn't see too much. He kind of bounced around a little bit, and eventually Christian Rodriguez dove in there, got the takedown, and that was that. It was a pretty fast match. I can say that they had to do a lot of these matches, I think, ended a lot earlier than they should have, so we were getting a lot more commercials in between. But it was yet another one that finished a little early. A lot of the favorites ended up sliding into the win column. But that was on Christian Rodriguez, solid submission win. Next up, we had Kutalaba versus Navajo Sterling. Navajo was a pretty solid favorite in this one. Heard a lot of narrative based on how Kutalaba looked really good in, you know, his last fight, and he was going to come in here, and he was, if he could just get through the first round. Usually he gasses out. I didn't really see a whole lot of gassing out. It looked like the fight was going to be over in the first. As soon as he got a hold of his neck, his corner was yelling, just lay on him, just lay on him, don't hurry it. So he laid on him. They tried to tire Navajo out. Clearly it did not happen. Once Navajo did weather the storm, he got into that second round. A little bit of back and forth. Once he got Kutalaba on the ground, and the lefts and rights and elbows were pretty damn brutal. So ref had to jump in there and stop it. So Navajo stays undefeated. Beautiful match. I really like Navajo. I know everybody's waiting for him to lose because, you know, all the undefeated people end up losing at some point unless you're Khabib. But right now he's looking pretty good. He's playing it smart. He's not immediately trying to, I need a title shot. You know, he's just saying that he wants, you know, somebody on his level right now so he can continue to grow. So he's not calling out like superstars, but he's calling out decent people that are, you know, above him. So let him continue doing that, continue to get some fights under, and as he gets better, maybe eventually he'll jump into the numbers, and we'll see what happens. Plus Monday we got the new ranking system, so I'm sure we'll have a video on that soon. And last but not least, we had Manal Cape versus Horiguchi. Horiguchi looked really good. He looked really, really good. He looked like he wanted to get this fight knocked out early. He got him on the ground. Didn't do a whole lot on the ground for me. I was expecting a little bit more. Manal kind of rode it out at the very end of the last one. And once they got into the second round, tides started turning. And eventually, Manal Cape came up with that head kick. Horiguchi's legs were not functioning after that, so he kind of bounced around a little bit, looked a little goofy, and Cape just jumped on top of him and just started ground and pound. The elbows were brutal. He was coming down on this man's head pretty heavy, and they gave him a little bit of chance to get back up, and it just wasn't going to happen. So I'm pretty sure Manal will be, he's in line for that title shot against Joshua Van. I'm pretty sure Pantoja is going to get the first one as long as he's healthy after that nasty snap, even though it wasn't a break, but it looked like a break. So I'm guessing like early 2027, whoever's the champion will be going against Manal Cape. I don't think Cape can beat Joshua Van or Pantoja straight up. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But all in all, it was a decent fight night. We got fight night Baku coming up this weekend. So I'll be doing my full card breakdown probably tomorrow. And it'll be up either tomorrow night or Monday. And then, of course, Rilla will be doing his gorilla presses later on in the week. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll see y'all after the 5th round. MMA Monkey out. Deuces, guys.